my name is Jack Selfel, back again with another video, and today I'm here with my NXT TakeOver The End review, and yeah, I don't think NXT knows how to put on a bad show, because this was fantastic. There was not a single bad match on the show. All 5 matches definitely delivered in some way, and yeah, before we get into this review, I want to briefly touch on my thoughts on Raw, because I didn't do a review this week, because just like last week, I didn't think it was worth shitting on. I thought the Money in the Bank bit, where like all the guys sit in the ladder and Teddy Long comes out, holla holla player, it was alright. New Day faced the Club in the main event, and Cena came in for the save, and yeah, that's all you're getting from Raw. So yeah, on to NXT TakeOver. Our opening match was Ty Dillinger of the Perfect 10, best like jobber in the company. I mean, then again, like, he's so over, and he's got a great gimmick, the whole Perfect 10 thing. But yeah, he's always losing, so I guess he kind of counts as a jobber. And he took on the new guy, Cien Almas, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And he was very impressive, I will say. There was a lot of cool stuff in this. There was a double hop moonsault, which was pretty cool. And of course, Ty Dillinger with an incredible super kick, which was really cool. But anyway, Almas ended up getting the win. He's very impressive. A bit of a all-round kind of guy with some of the stuff he does. Although he's very, high-flying, lucha libre kind of style, which is really cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Almas has to give to the NXT roster. And also, by the way, that hat with the feather in it is just fucking beautiful. So yeah, good job to Almas. Let's see what you can do in the future. Then we get to the NXT Tag Team Championship match between American Alpha, the champions, versus Dash and Dawson. Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. Fuck, man. These two teams are so fucking good. It's scary. It really is. Of course, Dash and Dawson come out with their awesome silver jackets, which is really awesome. And of course, Gable and Jordan are just so hype all the time. It's really, really cool. And some spots that took place in the match, there was a bit where Jordan and Gable got both men into the ankle lock, which was really cool. And they were just on fire throughout this whole match. And there was one bit where like the Revival did like a double team move. It was kind of like the thing Legion of Doom used to do. I'll get to Legion of Doom later on. But of course, the ref was focusing on Jordan because he was running in to the ring, and of course they got a kick out. And Gable did a reversal and crawled out and did the hot tag. And Revival did like a sunset flip, which I thought was weird because they were all like, no flips, just fists. Well, that's obviously a fucking lie. So then we did, and then American Alpha went for like some sort of drop kick German suplex combination, which was really, really cool. There was a bit of a roll up there, and then like Dash and Dawson did this move where I believe Chad Gable reversed. It was kind of like he was on his shoulders, and then I believe Dawson jumped, or Dash or someone. He jumped, and then he reversed it where Gable landed on him, which was crazy. But in the end, there was like a big, everyone gets in and beats the shit out of each other moment, and the Revival hit their finisher, which is like a flapjack into a codebreaker, and they end up getting the win, and they are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. They win them back. Holy shit, what a crazy match that was. Just two smooth ass tag teams, American Alpha and Dash and Dawson. Just, man, like, those two teams can create beauty inside of that ring. It is fantastic. I'm excited to see where Dash and Dawson are going to go. I do think they're going to have one more match against American Alpha, and they're going to have a trilogy. It might be on an episode of NXT or at the next special, if there even is going to be a next special, as this is called The End, and now the roster split is coming up soon. So we'll have to wait and see, but I'm sure they're going to have another go at the NXT Tag Team titles. So, next, and then right afterwards, American Alpha is in the ring. They're saying, okay, we know we lost, but oh well, we still have a dignity. And then these two gigantic motherfuckers come in and beat the shit out of American Alpha. I keep getting the two teams mixed up. And yeah, so these big beefy dudes who look like the Shield, you know, they've got singlets on, you know, long black pants, and they just destroy American Alpha. And then walking on the apron is Paul Ellering or something like that. If you don't know who he is, he was the manager of the Road Warriors, who are arguably the greatest tag team of all time. So that is fucking crazy that they're getting managed by Paul. So I believe they're called the Authors of Pain. They have wrestled on NXT live events before, but wow, you know, these guys are scary. They're like Braun Strowman sized guys, and they actually kind of look a bit like Braun Strowman, just without the long hair and the beards. Well, the beards are a lot shorter, but yeah, that's gonna be, I'm thinking, you know, they're gonna go on to those two guys, maybe Triple Threat, who the hell knows. Maybe Revival faces another team like the Hype Bro. What other teams are there on NXT right now besides those two? So anyway, that was a great tag team match, and it was great seeing those two new guys come in as well. So next up we get Austin Aries, the greatest man that ever lived, according to himself, taking on the king of motherfucking strong style, my main man, Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, I keep falling in love with this guy, no homo, but just, he's too good, you know, he's so charismatic, and the way he moves, and just the type of moves he does, it's so entertaining to me. And, yeah, these guys, they brought the best out of each other, man. I've always known Austin Aries was a great wrestler, but I felt like tonight was where he really stood out in NXT. So, we started off, normal match, you know, really good wrestling, and then, I believe Shinsuke has a triangle hold on, and Aries doesn't tap out, and then Aries does his submission move, the Last Chance, where he flips he flips him over and does like holds on the back of his neck, which is pretty cool. Right after that, we get a some sort of like side slam thing, and someone takes a nasty bump from that, and then Austin Aries tries to go for a 450. He missed it, and they did a whole heap of reversals. And then they went onto the apron for a bit. Nakamura does a Insuguri, I believe that's what it's called. And that was really cool. And then fucking Austin Aries, man. Death Valley Driver right onto the apron. That apron has zero give. Okay, you know, you go in the center of the mat, it's fine, it's all good. Not on the apron. That shit hurts, like, real bad. And then Austin decides to go absolutely nuts and goes for a suicide dive on the outside. But here's the thing, though. He crashes in, Shinsuke misses, and he just drives himself into, like... Because it's not like a padding like in WWE when it comes to the barricade. It's like old school style where it's like solid steel. And he just goes through it. It's just crazy. And then right at the end, Nakamura picks up the momentum and does that big running kick thing. What was it called? The Keen Sasha kick or whatever it's called. I need to get the name of it right. But Nakamura ends up getting the win in a fantastic match. Yeah, man, just Nakamura, he's so fucking talented, dude. He has to win that NXT title soon. He has to, because he's just too good, man. And I don't know about Austin Aries as well. Like, I still think he has a lot to go, because we need some new big names in NXT, and I think Austin Aries can definitely deliver on that. So yeah, fantastic match between these two. Nakamura is the fucking man. And of course, yeah, Austin Aries may have lost, but he still looks really strong after putting in a great effort against Nakamura. So congratulations to both those guys. Then right after that, we get the match for the NXT Women's Championship. Asuka defending against Nia Jax. Once again, I was hoping for like a good smash mouth kind of match, and it definitely delivered. So Asuka applied like a triangle hold, and then just Nia Jax, just the powerhouse that she is, just throws her into the turnbuckle. And then while she's there, she goes on the outside and she pretty much like bends Asuka around the ring post. It was really hard to watch. Just pretty much breaking her. It's like snapping her in half next to it. So then she tries to go for the leg drop, and she ended up reversing it, which was good. And then like Asuka goes for like some armbar kind of thing right afterwards. And then Asuka just delivers some brutal kicks to like Nia Jax, just kicking the living shit out of her, and she ends up retaining the NXT Women's Championship, which was absolutely phenomenal performance by Asuka. And you know what? I'll give Nia Jax her due. She did really, really well in the match. She looked really strong and really, really scary in this match. Not the type of woman that you want to fuck with, let's just say. But the same goes with Asuka. She is just a cute little badass, you know, just kicking the shit out of her and screaming in Japanese, which is just, I don't know, but I find that so cute for some reason. She's just, yeah, for some reason getting all fired up. And yeah, you know, very brutal divas match. I mean, women's match. Well, not like extreme brutal, but like pretty hard hitting divas women's match. Don't call them divas anymore. But yeah, congrats to Asuka for a hard fought victory, and congratulations to Nia Jax for putting on a great performance. So right after that, we have William Regal talking to one of the interviewers about, oh, are you excited for the NXT TakeOver show tonight? Yes, I can't wait. And then right behind him, Bobby Roode walks past. My main man, who used to be in TNA, walks past. So I'm thinking, oh shit, he's going to interfere in the main event? What's that mean? So then we get to the main event. It is for the NXT Championship inside a steel cage. Samoa Joe, the champion, versus Finn Balor. By the way, Finn's entrance, of course, was incredible. He went for like a black and white kind of look, and he was looking really scary while holding on to bits of the cage. It was really, really cool on his entrance. And so he sits on the top turnbuckle just looking like a gargoyle. It was really, really creepy and awesome at the same time. And then during the match, really, really great match these two had, and Finn just, you know, chops Joe in between the ropes and the cage. He was kind of stuck there for a bit, did a couple of missile drop kicks and did a bunch of crazy stuff, and then Joe ended up hitting the muscle buster for a pin attempt, but he kicks out. And then they get onto the top rope to the bit because Samoa or Finn was trying to escape the cage, and they fight on the top until Finn does like a sling blade off the top rope, which was absolutely insane to see. By the way, he did a lot of sling blades tonight, just fucking crazy. And then he goes, and then Samoa Joe goes for another muscle buster and kicks out. And then Finn just throws Joe into the cage a couple of times and hits a couple of missile drop kicks into the corner. And then he goes for the coup de grace and goes for a kick out. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe he might have to go a little bit higher. So he gets a chokehold or something, and he gets reversed into a foot stomp, which was pretty awesome to see. And then Finn climbs up and like, oh, is he going to do it? And then he gets onto the second rope, and then Joe ends up picking up Finn, and from the second rope just fucking does a muscle buster off of it, which was absolutely insane. By the way, that was the move that made Tyson Kidd injured for like over a year. So doing that off the second rope was not only really dangerous, but fucking insane. And of course, Samoa Joe retains. I mean, how the hell do you get up from that? From the second rope, man. Like, That's a bit of height you're talking there, but yeah, such a kick-ass steel cage match. Of course, we didn't get any crazy blood or anything, which you shouldn't really expect in today's PG environment. But for what those two guys did, it was pretty fucking solid stuff. But yeah, that ending I thought was awesome. I think it's time for Samoa Joe to move on to other wrestlers now, because he's been feuding with Finn since like October, November. Really, really long time, man. And I feel like it's going to be time for Joe to move on to someone else and to really establish himself as a dominant champion. So maybe he faces Nakamura, Austin Aries, maybe if Hideo Itami returns. We'll just have to wait and see. As for Finn Balor, there are huge talks about him potentially going up to the main roster and wrestling a few guys there. Maybe joining the club with Anderson Gallows and AJ Styles, because Money in the Bank is coming up in a couple of weeks, so it'd be interesting to see where he goes from this. So yeah, this is going to be my review here. I thought it was a very, very good show. Not a bad match on this show. I thought the debut of Andrade Almas was really cool. I thought the tag team match was just really fucking good. Austin Aries and Shinsuke Nakamura was fantastic. The women's match was very hard hitting, and I thought the steel cage match was a great main event to end off the show. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to this review. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you thought of this NXT special, and if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram is at JackermanLove31 if you want to follow me there. Thank you so much for watching, and I am out in 3, 2, 1.